Are you an artist? Yes or no? Did you hesitate? If yes, then have you ever wondered why? In this video, I'm gonna tell you why you hesitated to answer that question and how to answer that question without hesitation and doubt. So, who am I? I'm an indie artist. I write and draw. Before I used to draw my comics, but now, because I don't have much time, I focus on writing and then creating illustrations and creating content that hopefully will help people. Why is that question relevant? Artists doubt themselves. You doubt yourself whether you're truly an artist or not. And my personal experience of that was rather distasteful. I was young and lost back in high school. I didn't know what to do. I was already drawing a lot and making stories, but that was just a hobby. And certainly I didn't think I would pursuing it as a career full time. And so back then, my friends and I were lost and fooling around and trying to ponder life and future. And every time we would talk about the future and what would we do as a career, we don't really know. Most of our answers were just half-heartedly. But at that time, I was already considering art maybe. So I told my friend, I'm gonna be an artist. And at that time, I didn't mean that. Like I had no plans or ideas what would I do. And immediately she answered flatly without any humor in her tone. Like, no, you're not an artist. I was joking at that time. My tone was obvious. Like, maybe I'm gonna be an artist. And she dismissed it coldly. Like, no, you're not an artist. Like, it was a label immediately, a judgment. You are not an artist. And it stuck with me all throughout the years, especially as I tried to pursue an art. Like that, her voice inside me was kept on echoing. I was wondering, why was she so quick on dismissing me? Like, why can she say it so confidently that I am not an artist and will never be an artist? It was a judgment of character for sure, but we were young and I didn't resent her for that because we were naive and ignorant. And so it made me think, what is an artist? Why? When I was young, when I started to pursue art, voices like my friend's voice, it was an opinion, and other people' opinions were so loud and keeps on echoing in my mind. And as a new artist, I it's very hard to combat it, especially if you're not really that articulate with your thoughts. And I think it's a crucial skill to have wisdom and have strength to stand on your own and define yourself despite of everyone's opinion of you and everyone's projections of you. It's really hard when you're still discovering yourself. It's really hard to combat it. But eventually, as time goes by, as you get to discover yourself, it will get easier. And now, I know people's opinions are still persistent as ever, but I'm not really as affected as I was back then because I know myself now a bit and I can articulate my thoughts and emotions and I can stand on my own without the need of validation from others now. I'm gonna tell you what helped me in the battle of answering that very question. An artist is someone who creates something beautiful from nothing. That's it. As simple as that. But why do so many of us, especially artists, are hesitant to use that label? And why do some people are so dismissive of artists when we claim to be one? I've thought long and hard about this, and I think I have an idea of why that is. First and foremost, artists are rare. Not everyone is an artist. As we know, not everyone is an artist, and they belong to a very extreme category of people. Like successful artists are looked upon, idolized even, and like Leonardo da Vinci, Van Gogh. Look, those artists, they're legends and they're part of history. On the other end of the spectrum, the artists that are outcast. As you all know, most of the artists while they're alive, they're outcast. Like Van Gogh, his whole life, he didn't get any money from his art. His art weren't seen. Only when he died and years later, that was when his art were discovered. His name became known and his art became so priceless. And it's so sad now that how he didn't get to know how people loved his art. It's really hard to put artists into category because their very existence is chaos, making beauty out of chaos, doing it beautifully. So saying I am an artist because it's like saying I am a rare kind of species. But people don't understand. It isn't easy to be an artist, especially how to make a living out of it. They only see the fraction of the successful artist, how they're making big bucks and all of that. They don't see the struggling artist. They only see them when they're successful. And the struggle is really deep. Most of the times they've become isolated, especially those artists that go to extremes. It's both a blessing and a curse. And it's really hard to explain why we artists have to create. It's with dwindle. I personally it's literally our life force. If we don't make art, we don't have energy. We don't have life has no meaning. I tried not making art for I think a month because I was too busy with my work and my other side hustle that doesn't involve art. And it didn't work out because I didn't have any energy. I burnt out. I feel the energy draining me physically. And the only thing that fires within me is I have to make art. Even if I don't post it or even if no one sees it, I don't care. It stays in the draft, whatever, forever, locked in. I have to make it. Only then I could sleep soundly and have the energy to live life. At least for me in my experience, and I highly believe all artists are like that. How to stop doubting yourself and why? Just create, bro. It's simple as knowing the definition of an artist, and if you resonate with it, then you are an artist. It's really hard, especially if you're a beginner artist and you're still lost and you don't know your identity. It's really easy to get lost at what people think about you, what's your identity. There's a saying, Carl Jung, if you don't know yourself, then people will tell you who you are. Non-verbatim, but I think it's somewhere like this. If you don't know yourself, then other people will define you. Knowing yourself is not that easy. It takes years and years and years. It sounds so simple. Know yourself, know thyself. Is an ancient wisdom that sounds simple at first, but it's really the essence of life. And you should take it easy and find strength in yourself because no one will come, because knowing yourself is a process. Keep calm and don't let other people define you. Stay true to yourself. What I mean by yourself is your instincts, your passions, and your drives. Of course, you need to balance it with reason. And yeah, it may sound simple, but it's really hard, and you have to know that it's hard. Just keep creating and experiment and have fun with your art. Don't take labels so seriously. So yeah, that's all for me in this video, and I hope this video helped you in any way. And if it did, a like would be greatly appreciated. And if you like this kind of video, feel free to follow. I try to post every week. If you're interested in my work, check my work on the description box. And I actually just finished an illustration and I'm excited to edit and post it. But for now, that's all. And yeah, see you next week. Feel free to tell me your thoughts and your experience about that, about being an artist. And I would really love to hear that. Yeah, bye. Thanks.